Hello viewers, welcome to Senior Secondary Computer Science Python Fundamentals Part 2, which is a part of Chapter 6 in Class 11. The subtopics that are going to be dealt in this video are operators and punctuators, bare bones of a Python program, variables and assignments, multiple assignments, dynamic typing. What are operators? Operators are tokens that will trigger some action when applied to variables or values. Let's see the types of operators. Unary operator. They usually require only one operand to operate upon. You can see here unary plus, unary minus, bitwise complement and not, that is the logical negotiation operator. Unary plus will indicate that the given number is positive. Unary minus indicates the number is negative. Bitwise complement will complement the bits of the full number, and not will require only one bit to operate upon. Next we move on to binary operators. With the name itself we can guess they require at least two operands to act upon. The arithmetic operators are addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Modulus. This modulus will give the remainder of the division, and the double star will give the exponentiation, and the double slash will give the integer part of the division. Python has three bitwise operators, bitwise and, bitwise exclusive or, that is XOR, and bitwise OR operators. So these three operators will act upon every bit of a number. Then we move on to the shift operators. There are two shift operators, shift left, shift right. This shift left operator will shift each bit of a number to the left by one position and fills the vacant position with 0. Similarly, the shift right operator will shift each bit of a number to the right by one position and fills the vacant position with 0. Next comes the identity operators. So identity, here you have to take the meaning identical. So the is operator will return true if both the variables are of the same object type, and the is not operator will return true if both variables are not of the same object. Next we move on to relational operators. It's very simple. Less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to and not equal to. You can see a difference between your mathematics and the Python notation of equal to and not equal to. So the equality operator is double equal to, and the not equal to operator will be written as exclamation equal to. And you can see a difference in less than or equal to and greater than or equal to. That is, the method of writing differs from how we write in mathematics. Next we move on to assignment operators. The simple assignment operator in Python is equal to. That is, assigning a value to a variable can be done using this assignment operator. So what is this plus equal to? See the example. A is equal to A plus 3. So it can be written as A plus equal to 3. So this type of operator is otherwise called as shorthand operators. So similarly, we can use for slash equal to, star equal to, modulus equal to, minus equal to, double star equal to, double slash equal to. So all these operators will function as shown in the example. The logical operators in Python are logical and logical OR. So they require at least two operands to operate upon. The membership operators in Python are in and not in. So this in operator will say whether a variable is in the sequence. So sequence here means it may be a list or a tuple or a dictionary. So not in operator will say whether the variable is not in the sequence. Punctuators. They are the symbol that are used to organize the sentence structure. Some commonly used punctuators in Python are single quotes, double quotes, hash, backslash, parenthesis, curly braces, square brackets, at symbol, colon, comma, dot. We move on to bare bones of a Python program. So what are bare bones? It's nothing but the various components of a Python program. Expressions, statements, comments, functions, blocks and indentation. What is an expression? Expression is a legal combination of many symbols that will give you a value. See this example. If I write a value, say 15, it is also an expression. And the next statement you can say, see y plus 5 slash 7. So this expression will be evaluated and gives you a value. This is also an expression. What is a statement? Statement is nothing but the programming instruction that will do some action. See the first line, print hello. So simply it prints a word hello. See the next two statements, r equal to 10, s equal to r plus 20. So some value is calculated and it is assigned to the variable s. So these are also statements. What are comments? Comments are the additional information given by the programmer for anybody to easily understand the program. Usually in Python, the comments start with the symbol hash. Comments are ignored by the Python interpreter because the purpose of a comment is for the user to understand the program. See the example, hash, this program adds two numbers. So this type of comment is called as a full line comment. In the next line, if you see print hi, a Python statement is given and following that hash, this line prints hi. So if you give a comment along with a Python statement like this, they are called as inline comments. Multi-line comments also can be easily written in Python. Very simple. Just add hash symbol at the start of every line. See this example, hash, this is a Python program, hash, this is very easy to understand. Comments can also be given in triple quotes. So if you give a comment like this within triple quotes, they are called as docstrings in Python. So simply we can say comments enclosed in triple quotes are called as docstrings. What are functions? Function is nothing but a set of statements which has a name on its own and it can be called and executed by specifying its name in the main program. And one function can be called as many times as needed. See this example, def sub of colon. So this is called as the function header. The def keyword will define the function. Sub is the name of the function followed by a pair of parentheses. And colon indicates that the function is a block. So the dots represent Python statements. So I can give any number of statements within a function. And if I want to execute this function, I should call this function from the main program by just specifying the name. So sub of. The function will be called and the statements given under that function header will be executed. So blocks and indentation. A group of statements which are a part of another statement or function as we saw in the previous slide. They are called as blocks. See this example, if b greater than 10 colon a equal to b plus 10 print a comma b. So these two statements constitute the if block here. Variables and assignments. So how can we create a variable in Python? It is very simple. Just initialize a variable with a value, the variable will be created. See the example, mark is equal to 45. So I'm creating an integer numeric variable. In the next line, num1 equal to 50.92. So I'm assigning a floating point number. So the num1 variable will become a floating point variable. Next name is equal to Atul. Some string I have given. So this name will become a string variable. But in Python, the assignment is done in a different way. Let us see how. Usually, Python will preload some commonly used values in an area of memory. So that memory area is called as front-loaded memory. So it will contain some literals or values at some defined memory locations. See the example. You can see some values here 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and so on. And below that you can see 20,012, 20,028 like that. So these are the memory addresses. So if you see the difference between two memory addresses, it will be 16. So it means that Python is using 2 bytes for storing one integer. Then where comes the variable assignment? See these two statements. The first statement says a is equal to 13. So now a will become the label for the value 13, which is stored in the memory location 20,012. In the second statement, a is equal to 15. Now the label a will be shifted to the location where 15 is stored. That is the memory address, you can see 20,044. So this is how Python will assign the value for a variable. L values and R values. L values, they are the expressions that are on the left hand side of the assignment operator equal to. And R values, expressions that are on the right hand side of the assignment operator. But there are some rules of writing these L values and R values. So in LHS only variables are allowed. But in RHS you can write variables, values and expressions. Let's see some valid assignment statements. Num1 equal to 56. A value is assigned to a variable, so it is valid. Num2 equal to num1. So in RHS one variable is given and in the LHS variable is given. So the value of num1 is assigned to num2. It is valid. Num3 equal to num1 star 2 slash 7. So the result of the expression will be assigned to num3. So this is also valid. Here an expression is on the RHS involving values. So the result will be automatically assigned to num4. So this is also valid. Let's see some invalid assignment statements. In LHS, we already discussed that only variables are allowed. Here one constant is given as 26. So it is invalid. In this example, in LHS, an expression is given. So it is invalid. Now we'll see how multiple assignments can be done in Python. You can assign the same value to different variables in Python. See the example a equal to b equal to c equal to 14. It means that 14 is assigned to 3 different variables a, b and c. Also, you can assign different values to different variables in the same statement. See the example d, e, f equal to 13, 3, 24. So d will be equal to 13, e will be equal to 3 and f will be equal to 24. This is also possible in Python. See the sample code. P comma q equal to 4 comma 8. So p equal to 4, q equal to 8. In the next statement, q comma r equal to p star 3 comma p by 2. So now q equal to 12, r equal to 2. So in the next statement, if we print the values of p, q and r, you will get this output 4, 12, 2. Users will make some common errors in defining a variable. See the first code, print b equal to 25, print b. So the code 1 will produce an error because the first print statement, print b, there b is not at all defined. So definitely this code will produce an error. If you see code 2, b equal to 54, the variable is defined. In the next statement, print b. Of course, the value of 54 will get printed. In the next statement, b is equal to 24. Now print b. Now 24 will be printed. So you can see the output of code 2 here. Dynamic typing. Dynamic typing means there is no fixed data type for a given variable in Python. You can assign different values belonging to different data types to the same variable in Python. See this example, y is equal to 13. Print y. Of course, 13 will be printed. And the next statement, if you see, y is equal to hello. One string is assigned to y. Print y. Now hello will be printed. So this is allowed in Python, but in most of the traditional languages, this is not allowed. So here also we can make some errors with dynamic typing. See this example. P is equal to 14, Q is equal to P plus 10. So the value will be calculated. In the next statement, P is equal to zebra. Now a string is assigned. In the next statement, Q is equal to P plus 10. Now this statement will produce an error because a string cannot be used for mathematical operations. So static typing is just the opposite of dynamic typing, where you cannot assign different data types to the same variable. Mostly, as I told you, in all the traditional programming languages like C or C++, dynamic typing is not possible. Thank you viewers for watching. If you like this video, subscribe. Thank you once again.